Hello, Gravy Timothy's, and it's that time again. Time for us to spend way too many hours in a video game trying to get a achievement that doesn't give me anything in life, actually. Yes, but I can't stop it. I need all these shiny things. And today is probably one of the classic achievements most people remember in terms of hard achievements that I've yet to actually give a crack at. That's right, it's time for Dutch people, you gotta figure this thing out. As the Netherlands liberate the continent of Netherlands after relocating the government to the East Indies. That's right, we've gotta go all the way over here just to come all the way back. Now, for that to happen, we just have to go down our obtain foreign colonial investments, go left side over here, and end up at the bottom at liberation. Doesn't sound too difficult, right? Yeah, well, about that. Obviously, outside of the obvious here that Germany will be invading us and taking the mainland, we also need to hold out against the Japanese, who will be coming for our booties. And I do have a couple of plans to deal with that. Obviously, any achievement that results in you capitulating isn't exactly easy to get, but I think we'll be able to do it with our cunning Dutch spirit and wooden shoes. Yep, they'll truly never hear me coming. Now, we do have a lot of focuses we need to do, but obviously being a older focus tree set from Paradox, we have to wait 70 days for each and every one of them. But the ones I'm currently rushing down are all the ones required to continue in Batavia over in the east, which needs quite a few focuses, which can require a lot of time. But we want that available as soon as we have capitulated. Then after that, I guess I'll kind of have to deal with the whole army not existing thing. Actually, it might be better for us to go down some of the industry stuff, as some of it will be locked if we don't get it done in time before the Germans steal our land. And our bicycles. They stole a lot of bicycles. Best new feature of any DLC is if you ever have trouble with guns, don't worry, Ecuador has you covered. Hey, and just with all those I've been buying, I've been able to fill out 10 more units that I'm going to keep over here in the Indies already to hopefully help me out against an upcoming threat. Now, great thing about Dutch is that we do have a lot of very, very handy resources which we're going to have to use to the utmost, because we're going to have to do a lot of stuff. So if you can't tell on the map from the lack of Czechoslovakia, things might be about to heat up in Europe. And as you can see, my army has bravely ran away. Do need to make sure, though, as soon as the Germans declare on me, I get into the Allies. Or in fact, I'm just going to preemptively do this because I know I will probably forget. Okay, boys, I think it's time to say goodbye to the mainland. Top 10 saddest anime betrayal deaths. Okay, there you go. We've now capitulated, but not really, if you think about it, considering the entire army's over here. And I guess Churchill wants to offload another 7, so sure, I don't know where I'm going to put these guys. But now begins my great comeback story. Okay, we're now over here. Our capital is in Batavia, and our compliance in the States is pretty good. We still need to get it higher, obviously, so I am going to go on to local autonomy, so we get the compliance growth and a bit of a revolt risk, but I will just steal the spy master and put some guys over here to take care of that. Okay, now the first threat we really need to deal with before we even think about going back and getting the homeland is the Japanese. So the way we're going to do that is a strat that I'm sure most of you are familiar with on this channel, which is just submarines, which will cripple the Japanese effort completely. I've already got a few of them out, and we do start with some. The Dutch starting submarine isn't bad at all. It is just a tier 2 submarine, obviously, but now we've got our third one with a actual snorkel, and oh boy, will that help a lot. There we go. Just gonna go ahead, steal the spy master, and we shouldn't have to worry too much about any resistance anymore. So yeah, the plan's nothing spectacular here. We are going to be going grand battle plan, and then also I am spamming out. I have one factory on planes. We're going to be making as many planes as we can because we have the resources in abundance for planes. Thankfully, too, it looks like the Allies have actually put their smart boy caps on today and are doing all right. Unless you're looking at the Brook right now, where they're getting there. Also, sorry, Mr. Dirk Yandeger, while you do have a great mustache, you're a bit of a defeatist, so we're just gonna put you in the trash and send you back home. Oh, that's, I guess if he makes it across the seas. I don't really have his chances that high. Oh, I just realized we get a guy called Wellraven Van Hall, who honestly just sounds like ChatGPT just made up that name, and he gives us some pretty nice bonuses. Good news is until the Japanese go in on us, we can just trade with the Soviets over land, and we won't have to worry about convoys getting raided. But when the Japanese do get in, that might change. Because whilst I do have just a ton of resources, the one thing I literally have zero of that I need the most is steel. Okay, well, the Japanese have gone in on the Philippines, which means we are most certainly next. Yeah, although I wouldn't have the Japanese having a very fun time getting over here. Okay, the Japanese have gone in on us, and these convoys are not having a fun time. You know, as much as I'd love to accept that, Uncle Sam, I bit short on the convoys myself. Okay, only just really started, and there's 245 convoys no longer existing. And they're getting pushed out of the Philippines, which means this is definitely working, and we shouldn't have to worry too much about the Americans losing 19 destroyers. We are losing some of our submarines, but it's just the crappy starting ones I made. The new ones that I've got that have the Snorkel 2s should be much better and harder for the Japanese to deal with. Okay, America, we're gonna have to start having a conversation here. We also get allied favors where we can get ourselves a bunch of stuff, mostly. A lot of it not very useful. This one is pretty good because we do need a ton of support equipment, and it's a bit hard for us to produce everything, which we are currently having to do. Okay, I ain't sure what the Americans are doing, but it ain't nothing good. Okay, whatever's going on over here is just like the endless naval battles where the Americans they don't come out on top. Okay, whilst the Americans aren't having the best time in the Pacific currently, I am getting ready now to get my invasion going over back home. Only downside is I have completely ran out of places to build. So we really should get a move on. I don't mind, I shanghaied the British into giving me Libya, so I have a couple more places to build. Okay, so we do have almost 800 fighters, and these are the latest, up-to-datest, bestest fighters in the world. And we're just going to put them in the English channel now, just so that they can prepare and get a bit of experience in fighting the Germans. Good to see I went back to the Dutch East Indies for a second to bring my Marines over, and Vichy France made a landing. Okay, so before we launch our invasion, we do have to clear out the English Channel here, as the German fleet is actually in it, along with the Vichy French Navy. And my Navy got obliterated some time ago without me even noticing. It wouldn't have actually mattered. It was not a very good starting Navy, but the submarines are still around, of course, and the Japanese are they're definitely feeling those submarines. As such, we will be able to pull the troops out of the Dutch East Indies soon enough. I'm going to put a few more down, though, just as a precautionary measure. And then we're going to train this army up, ready to go, get them all into fully trained, and we'll launch our invasion once the fleet's dealt with. Currently naval bombing it. It's going to take a little while, though. Okay, I think we're safe enough now that we could probably take the rest of the army away from the Dutch East Indies now. I haven't seen a Japanese naval invasion in a very long time. And I still have all my submarines over there, so that if it does happen, hopefully they'll deal with it. If not, this could be GG. I mean, they're down to like 39 convoys maximum right now, so I don't think they'll be going anywhere. Still a bit worried about the air and sea situation. We are destroying the Germans in the air. I have the very best fighter I can currently get, way better than theirs, but their navy is still messing around. I don't know what the British are doing with their navy, but maybe they should put it to you. Right, still worried about this fleet in the channel, but this will be our preliminary naval invasion. Alright, it's not looking bad, I guess. Alright, we don't want to get overzealous here. We just want enough that we can bunker down and then hold out. Okay, gotta say, that was pretty damn successful. Okay, now, before we start pushing, because we do need to liberate these 2 extra tiles now to be able to do the folks we need to do to unlock the achievement. Instead, we need to build up the provinces here. So I am going to go ahead, build a whole bunch of AA in here so that we can deal with any German casts that might appear, and then also get a few few air bases going. Obviously, it's going to give the Germans time to bring more guys over. That's fine. I think we can hold out. I think. It's only safe to say the entire Luftwaffe has appeared over our land. Okay, how on earth did we just let Vichy France naval invade behind us? What are you doing, Churchill? Well, looks like the Royal Navy finally woke up. Those German ships have disappeared, finally. Okay, now to make a move through this German defense, first off, we're gonna have to fix the supply because the AI is just pummeling troops into this opening we've got, but we need to take out this air, and we are destroying them in numbers, but there's still so much over here. The good news is I finally actually have somewhere to build, so we can just pump everything now into our fighters. All right, looks like the UK's got a little naval invasion going there. Hopefully that draws the entire German army away from my border. The fall of Berlin's happening, and currently majority of the German army still over here. All right, we're going to try largely striking the Germans out because there is too many of you here. A lot of my cast just getting a little bit destroyed there, but it's it's definitely a hefty trade-off. All right, just push them out of this one province, and I'm pretty sure that means I can now hit the... I cannot hit the liberation button. Oh, okay, I'm just missing this tile over here, which looks pretty weak, actually, and then I can hit the button. Okay, that's looking like no problem at all. The Bulgarians are trying their best, but they're not gonna keep me out. Okay, that should be the last province we need, and now I can hit liberation and finally get this damn achievement. All right, that's as long as I don't lose any more provinces, that is, but I think we should be fine. Okay, the moment is nigh. Do I get this damn achievement? Have I done it correct? Oh, well, that's one way to celebrate, I guess. Already letting the fireworks off for me, and there you go. We've got it. Sure, that's how you pronounce it, but that achievement actually wasn't even that bad, I'll be real with you. I remember it being a bit more difficult back in the day, but I think it's just because achievements nowadays are a bit more testicle ripping offy. Okay, now we just need to put the final nail in the Axis coffin here. The only problem is the Germans just have a ton of units. You condense the front down enough, I think we should be completely fine. I even just accidentally got a massive encirclement there. There you go. The power of the Dutch. Yeah, now, Germany, I think it's finally time you realize maybe you shouldn't have stuck 500 million divisions over here. Also, just gonna ask for all that land off Denmark so we can get a little bit of resources going, as I have ran out of steel, and no one here can really trade with me, as everyone else is using all of theirs. Because right, 1947. I do want to have a bit of added note here that that is a interesting move, Churchill. I feel like I've given you so much and you just give me so little. Okay, there is just a metric ton of troops everywhere and no supply, so I'm not really willing to you know, risk more Dutch people where I don't need to. Now, I think there's actually one of the first games I've seen in a while where the Soviets actually do a pretty major pushback, but also I think that probably has to do with the fact the Germans just sent their entire army to the Netherlands. You know, Sinterklaas, if there's one thing I will ask for this year, if I'm a good boy, it's a smidgen of supply. Oh, never mind. I guess I don't need the supply. It's all over. Oh, man, you know, I don't think people are going to be too happy with these post-war borders. You know what? Actually, that ain't too bad. I mean, it kind of just looks like the Netherlands had a stroke down into Germany, but I like it. Hey, also, the British occupation zone's just, just looking a little bit squished over there. Hey, but you know what? Actually, now that I'm looking a bit further out, that is actually kind of a plausible end game here. I mean, I guess in this scenario, I don't think a unified Germany would be a thing on the horizon, considering I've just annexed half of their damn land. Hey, but I finally got the one resource I didn't have this entire time, some damn steel. Oh yeah, I also stole what was left of the German fleet. And, you know what, I think that's fitting revenge considering what they did to my fleet. Oh, I just realized, how, Japan's still alive? All right, boys, one final mission. I thought Japan just capitulated, but no, it was Greater Albania. Also, you get this obtain foreign colonial investment decision the entire game. I've been clicking it when I remembered to do so, and now over here in the Dutch Indies, got quite a bit of oil hanging out. Don't know what the Allies have been cooking this entire time with these naval invasions. There's nobody even on Taiwan. They can't get to it. They haven't had convoys in 10 years. You know how any participation in this? No, I literally have zero participation. Does anyone? I guess. I feel like I should have more though, because I just crippled their entire economy. Oh, and it looks like I'm just barely getting that little invasion off. I don't know how many troops the Japanese actually have. Okay, they've got a lot of troops and they're all stuck on one island. I just set front line and walked out the damn port. Well, I didn't do it. The AI did, so I'm gonna have to try that one again. You know what, actually, I think I might land probably just directly over here in Tokyo. In fact, I do. Oh, I think anywhere I go, I'm not gonna have fun. Yeah, you know, sometimes you just can't comprehend exactly what the AI is putting down. And this is one of those times. This time, I promise, I will not walk out of the damn port. May have left the game running for about 2 minutes when I walked away from the computer. Came back to something interesting. Yeah, I don't think those boys are making it out of there. Do I have an army anyway? Was that all of them in there? Oh no. To be fair, when I walked away, I thought I had ports again, but also looking at how many American divisions are here, I think they may have just eaten all of the supply and the Japanese just walked into me. Okay. Boys, what are we doing? I'm scared of doing the same thing again. I think as soon as I do it, these 108 divisions might join me on the port. You know, I'm kind of done with my stability and war support at this point, so I'm just going to keep clicking the industrial land appropriation so that I can build a couple nuclear bombs. All right, there we go. Finally got a bit of room around here to develop a new super secret Dutch weapon. Could be conspiracy theories going around for a while about how that time the Dutch army kind of just disappeared for a few months and then out of nowhere just returned to full strength. You know, some people say that something weird happened. I'd say don't look into it. We're going for round 3 this time. If I don't get it this time around, I think we have no hope. It's looking a bit more promising. Okay. This is definitely the one. You know, I guess it's kind of a shame not to unleash my secret Dutch weapon. I call it the Dutch oven because it's so hot. And don't look that up. Okay, there you go. We're finally done. Obviously, got no damn points to take anything. But I'll take that. No, actually, hold on. Let me try puppet the Japanese instead. That'll be a little cheaper. They say it was impossible, but I say Dutch Japan is here. You will have nightmares for the rest of your life. I feel like I missed the Allies' declaration against the Soviets there. Not my problem, though. Yeah, if it wasn't 1949, I'd carry on and we'd take the Soviets out, all right? But we've gone too far. It's gone too long. We got the achievement. We did what we had to do. But there we go. I hope you all enjoyed this. Probably a bit longer than usual video because we did go on quite a while. But there was the achievement. Actually, super easy, if I do say myself. And if you haven't got the achievement, here, you can follow the same strat. It really wasn't that complicated. Like I said, I do remember this one being a bit more difficult back in the day, but, you know, it wasn't bad at all. And I'm glad to have done it because, again, that was a very fun little game. I always like ones that are more of a challenge and less of a conquer the entire world paradox. Hey, but if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, subscribe down below for more achievements to Z. And we've got Focus to Z, and we've got Z to Z, and it's just we're gonna be here a while. We've got a lot of alphabets to go through, but anyway, goodbye.